Hey everyone, Zoraz here from Not Casuals, and today I want to showcase why I think Fischl is the best support character in Genshin Impact, as well as what a level 90 Fischl with max Constellation is capable of. Now, my Fischl is one of my best character in the entire game. I use Child and Diluc as main carries, and Fischl is basically the most important support that I have in my entire roster. The way I build her as a support is as follow. I go for 2P Stuttering Fury for electro damage since it applies to Oz's damage and most of her Constellation, as well as 2P's Gladiator in order to give her extra attack, because a lot of her Constellation actually scale off attack, which makes it a very worthwhile stat for her. Now, for weapons in this video, I will be using the Skyward Harp to showcase her maximum output of damage because it is level 90. I usually otherwise use the Almos Bow because it is also a very excellent weapon because, first of all, it's a 5-star with much higher base attack than any other 4-star weapons, as well as it has attack here, which is very powerful when you have a C6 Fischl, especially since the last Constellation, as I said earlier, scales off of her attack stat and is really going to help her do insane damage with that. As you can see here in my stats, I have 2556 attack and 100 elemental mastery just from my basic gear and my secondary stats. Now, if I go here, you can see that I have 55% crit rate and 164% crit damage. Now, it is better if your ratio is closer to 1 to 2. So basically, for every point of crit rate, you would have 2 points of crit damage, but you are stuck with what you have in terms of artifacts, and artifacts in this game are really hard to obtain good ones with good secondary stats. So it is what I have, it is what I can do, and she has 61% electro damage as well. Now, for artifacts, of course, there is attack on the sands, and if I go here, you have electro damage, which is a must if you're using Fischl, especially as a support. And if you go here, I have crit damage. Now, crit rate can also work depending on what you have available. Now, lastly, of course, the Constellation. Now, her Constellations are absolutely insane, and I have made an entire video guide on how Fischl works, so I'm going to go over them all one by one. What I want to focus on here will be the 6th Constellation, which is by far her best, of course. Now, this makes, first of all, Oz be in the field for 2 seconds longer, which means that you can have a 95% uptime on Oz in the field if you alternate from casting the elemental skill and then the ult. So every 12 seconds you will have a new Oz refresh, and then after you've done the 24-second cycle, the cooldown on Oz is 25 seconds, so you will be able to cast him right again and start the cycle over and over. So 24 out of every 25 seconds you will have Oz on the field if you play her correctly. Now, on top of that, Oz attacks with your active character when he is out in the field, which is again all the time, and he deals 30% of Fischl's attack as electro damage. Now, this is incredibly broken with characters that have high attack speed, such as Child, for example, which is obviously a water character, which means that every time he attacks, he does hydro, and every time that happens, Oz then attacks and does electro, thus creating an electro charge reaction, which is obviously very powerful and does a lot of damage. So guys, of course, I am world level 7, I am AR 50, and my characters are level 90 with level 90 weapons. So this is basically a maxed out endgame character. Now, I don't have the best secondary stats on all the gear, but I have very decent gear otherwise. So this is basically just going to be a showcase of what this character is capable of by herself, as well as with a carry like Child. Enjoy this video, guys, and make sure to check out the Fischl character guide that is going to be linked in the description as well, where I go into details on how to build her as both a main DPS and a support DPS.
I'm walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. out of town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. Quite impressed.